All right. Oh, it's hot. Hello, knockouts. Tonya Tko here. And I'm going to give you all some moments to come on into the live broadcast because we have a lot of things to discuss today. We're going to be talking about this. We're going to be talking about this meme that is floating around the internet, which has picked up a lot of popularity. I'm going to get the phone lines on and I'm going to open up the phones for us to have a discussion about this. So I just turned on the phone lines. Hello, come on in, everyone. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. I made the announcement on Facebook and also on the YouTube community tab that we were going to be talking about this today. So we're going to jump into it in just a second. I wanted to let you all know that I have extended the deadline on the vitamin E that I sell once a year. For those of you who wonder how I'm able to get this gorgeous skin, I will show you because even though my skin looks beautiful, I'm going to let that dream down. I am not wearing foundation. I don't want it to get on my eyebrows because you all know I don't have eyebrows. So I did put those on. So, but this is going to be the last weekend. We're going to give that some moments to absorb. Oh, Lordy, while we get into today's topic. Oh, goodness. You know what? For those of you who haven't read the story, I'm gonna read it to you all while I'm rubbing this in. I'm gonna read it to you guys. So let's get into it. Let me read it for you all. All right. So I got this question in my inbox, and this has caused some controversy because some people find this acceptable, male and female, and some people find it unacceptable. So the question is, Keith and Tameka recently married. Listen, listen, listen. Keith and Tameka recently married. Tameka is a neurosurgeon and earns $400,000 a year. Keith is a manager at Finish Line, which is a shoe store, a sneaker store, excuse me. Manager at Finish Line and earns $44,000 a year. After the wedding that she paid for, Keith moves into Tameka's house and even pays for a 2-week honeymoon. Oh, wait. Sorry. She buys, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. You know what? I just want to rub this in real quick. Oh, Lord, the story is just so convoluted. How are you all out there doing? Okay, so it should be mainly rubbed in. Just give that some moments to absorb, and then we'll go forward from there. All right. I know I look a little oily right now. It's hot in here, too. All right, so let's go forward. Let's go forward. All right. He's a manager at Finish Line and earns $44,000 a year. After the wedding that she paid for, Keith moves into Tameka's house. She buys him a new Lexus to replace his old Honda Accord and even pays for a 2-week honeymoon to Jamaica. Keith loves Tameka with all his heart and vice versa, and they are happy together. But all Tameka's friends say she is stupid. Since Keith is the man, is there a problem with their financial arrangement? If they're in love, does the money difference make them unequally yoked? Ladies, if you were Tameka, or gentlemen, if you were Keith, could you play that role? All right. You know what? I'm not going to give my opinion off the bat. I'm going to open up the phone lines. 323-488-3149. Oh, goodness. 323-488-3149. And while we're waiting for the first caller, because I want to get your point of view. The self-love affirmations book is just about here. I am we're in the final stages. This is the black and white proof. The color proof is coming next week. And then after that, we are going to have the hard copies. So this is the book right here. It's a beautiful, 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 beautiful book. And it's beautiful in black and white. It's beautiful in color as well. All right. So listen. All right. While we're waiting for the first caller, I'm going to give my point of view. All right. Because there were some people who were like, oh, love is love is love is love, right? And one of the things I'm going to be, listen, I got to get my oil to absorb in this heat. Okay, there we go. All right. My baby face. Okay. All right, let's get serious for a moment. Oh, doggone it. I'm not even connected. Hold on. I'm sorry. I forgot. You know, there's just so many different ways to connect. Let me connect this real quick. Sorry about that. All right. One of the things that I find is that far too often this question is asked of black women. This is not asked of any other women. I was watching this show, The Marvelous Miss Maisley. I was watching this show. I decided to watch it because it was so critically acclaimed, and I was doing research and listening to different people talking about the writer's strike, and Larry Wilmore had this podcast, and I listened to that, and they mentioned this show, so I decided to give it a watch. In the show, there was this Jewish guy who wanted to marry this guy's daughter, Jewish young lady, right? He came to the father, asked the father for the daughter's hand in marriage, provided all of his financial, his balance sheet, his how much he earns, future potential, what it is that he's hoping to bring in, all of this stuff. He sat down and he had this conversation with the father. He was a doctor at the time. He showed him everything, even gave him references, people that he can call to vouch for the man, all of this, that, and the other, right? For some reason, there was something innately just embedded in him that said, you know what? I want to marry this young lady. Let me show her family that I have the ability to take care of her. For some reason, when it comes to black women, we are constantly being propositioned with these struggling black love, struggling romance scenarios, where now this man makes 10% of what it is that she's bringing in. And he sits back there and allows her to pay for the wedding, allows her to pay for 2 weeks in Jamaica, moves into her home, and allows her to buy him a new Lexus to replace the Honda Accord that he had. He is a manager at a sneaker store, right? And so the question is, women, would you be okay with this arrangement? And the overwhelming the outpouring that I saw and heard online were black women so desperate. You don't have to agree with me if you choose not to. So desperate. So desperate to impress men, to impress other readers, to downplay other women, to downplay hypergamy. I don't know. I don't know. But so desperate that they were going out of their way, tripping over themselves to talk about, oh, money it doesn't matter. Oh, that's a bottom, don't matter. Money who just love, love. We're talking about 10% of what a person is earning. 10%. 10%. And $44,000 a year, somebody did the math on it. Correct me if the numbers are wrong, but they did the math on it and said $44,000 is $3,600 a month. Why is he paying for nothing? Why is he paying for nothing? Let me just explain something to you all, right? So it was actually Nicole Moses brought up this point on Facebook. And she said, the man is making money. Why is he paying for nothing? Why is he contributing nothing financially? This is the scenario that was laid out ahead of us. So in the scenario, it mentioned nothing about anything else besides what is laid out in the scenario. And in the scenario, it could have mentioned what Keith is paying for. But in this scenario, as it is listed, he's paying for nothing. He's just allowing this money to be showered upon him. I remember 2007. I don't know if you all remember, there was a young lady by the name of Gia TV. Do you all remember her? She had done a few porn flicks, and that's how people knew her, and she decided to start a YouTube channel. Her name was Gia TV, Jia TV. And she made this video, and this was in 2007, 2008, around that time. It was the first year that I was on YouTube. She made this video asking, are men the new bitches? That was the question she asked. Are men the new bitches? And I listened to her video and I was disgusted. I was like, how dare she? How dare she? Talking about men like that. How dare she? I was like, what's wrong with her? She's bitter. She's scorned. But I listened to what it is that she said and I heard her out. I didn't agree with her and I just moved on. Then, I don't know, there's many of you who know Brooklyn Blue. Breukelen. Brooklyn, it's spelled a little bit different. Brooklyn Blue. She had these and now she calls herself what is she calls herself? Kendall St. Charles or Kendall St. James, one of those, right? She came out with this post talking about how black men are jealous of black women and really want to be. They criticize black women and all of this stuff because secretly they yearn and desire to be black women themselves. And when she put up this post, I was like, oh, I even argued with some people in the comments, but I heard her out. I listened to it with an open ear and mind. And I was like, oh, what is she talking about? Oh, some orders for the vitamin E are coming in. So for those of you who don't know, the vitamin E is on my website, tonyatko.com/shop. If you go to tonyatko.com, that's TONYATKO.com. If you click on the shop button and scroll down, it's like towards the bottom part of the store. All right. So Brooklyn Blue put up this post and I was like, why is she saying these things? She's so harsh. And Seductive is saying, please focus. No, I won't focus. No. And I was like, she's so harsh on black men. Why? I even argued with people in the comments. But you know what? I sat back. I did not realize this until I joined. Last year, I joined a whole bunch of relationship groups on Facebook. Oh, you all may see me in some of them. I joined a bunch of relationship groups, right? And it's the same thing over and over. In the black relationship group, no other relationship group is there this overwhelming preponderance of effery. I don't understand it. These questions come up several times a day, putting the feelers out to see how many black women will be okay with broke ass men, bum ass N-words, broken down dudes, men who got nothing to bring to the table except DICK and bubblegum. And then they let you know they fresh out of bubblegum. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. All day long, go join some of them. Black Love, the United Black Men and Women. Go. Single and 30, black men and women, single, just 30 plus. Just please go to them several times a day. The same post over and over and over and over again. And I have come to the conclusion that we are in a day and time, a state and age where black men want to be courted, want to be wooed, want to be catered to financially, emotionally, and sexually. Still, they want a woman in the kitchen, a woman in the bedroom, and a woman in the boardroom, bringing home the bacon. While he does what? We're not living in the day and age where we're caveman days where the man has to go out there and wrestle down bears and fight off jaguars and beat up the saber-toothed tiger. We're not in those days. And I wonder to myself, what is it that he, as a man, is willing and open to bringing to the table? Somebody post the phone number below, 323-488-3149. I'm stunned. I don't get it and I don't understand it. I don't understand. So now listen. You all know that I talk about my expertise in relationships with my background in studying evolutionary psychology, right? Hold on, let me grab this phone call real quick. Hold on for just a moment while I finish up this post. I mean, this comment, okay?
Okay, sure.
All right, I need you to turn up your volume all the way. I'm going to get mine turned up, but just make sure yours is up, right?
Okay, yes, mine is up.
So, from studying evolutionary psychology, excuse me, women do not want to court other women unless she has a high level of testosterone and that woman is going to play the role of the woman all the way. Women do not want men who are in the role of being the pretty princess that sits at home, no matter what it is that she says in the beginning. She will lose her sexual desire for him and she will end up not feeling like he is a man because she is never really able to rest in her own feminine. There's something about the female condition that makes women predisposed. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. We are predisposed to wanting to be taken care of. No matter what it is that this woman may say in the very beginning, she will lose her arousal for you. She will not have respect for you and she will eventually end up turning away from you because she will never have the opportunity to ever feel like the princess herself because you're pulling up the princess role. All right, so we're going to jump into that. We have a caller on the line. I'm going to get my volume turned up. Give me 1 second. Okay, so we are all the way up right now. So caller, you are live on the air. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Alyssa.
Too low. You're too low.
My name is Alyssa.
Okay, I need you to talk as loud as you can because I want people to hear you. So Alyssa, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, to begin with, I want to say that I've been watching your channel for a very long time, and I can honestly say that I can only agree. Growing up in a household where both of my parents were married, they're still married to this day. I'm 22. I never saw my mom, break her back or struggle in any type of way. My dad, he took care of the family, and it was encouraged for me to look out and find a man that does the same. And what I find is that when people do not grow up in I guess you could say, when they don't grow up in a household where that's the norm,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of, young men my age, and I am black, so this is the black woman speaking. They find it odd when, you know, they find it, or how can I say this? It's seen as a gold digging, or
Oh my
the house with
gracious.
the
Yes, please. Oh
brothers,
God,
and
yes. Yeah. Go on. Go on.
yeah,
I'm sorry. Go
yeah,
ahead.
that whole gold digging thing. And what I find funny is that a lot of other girls my age actually fall into it. I find a lot of them, oh, my boyfriend, I give him money and he doesn't have a job and I take him to work and,
Hold
he
on,
has
hold on, hold on,
roommates.
hold on, hold on, hold on.
Yes.
I'm getting angry. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh,
What?
okay.
How many of your girlfriends are doing this? Give me a
Well,
ratio.
they're not close friends, but just, I guess you could say generally people I know.
Ratio.
Um, I would say about 50% of people my age I know, and I'm 22.
Oh Lord have
It,
mercy. 50%? Okay.
these are all girls that actually
We lost the connection. Hold on.
okay.
It's too hot. It's too hot. So we lost the connection to the Bluetooth. What are we gonna do to fix this issue? Cause the heat just it's. I'm in Southern California. I'm in the desert, and it is just it's too hot. So let me try something else. Are you on the phone right? I mean, are you on your phone, Alyssa?
Can you hear me better this way?
I just put you on. I just put you on the Bluetooth radio. You're good. You're good. So go ahead.
Okay, you can. Okay. I was saying. I think I left off where I said about a good 50% of my female peers do the same thing. And what I find interesting is that when I did go to a predominantly white school, it was very much the opposite. Looking for a man that was on his way to becoming educated and making a certain amount of money was encouraged. And matter of fact, it wasn't, the term gold digging. That wasn't even a word that they even processed. That's something that you know,
It's just part
I
of
mean,
being a
part of
man.
being, yes. And it just, what I also find interesting is that although a lot of black women in the comments for that post encourage this lifestyle, what I've always looked at is the message. You know, a lot of these
You're
women who
getting
encourage
muffled,
this
baby. You're getting
lifestyle,
muffled.
I'm getting muffled.
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me now? Better?
Yes. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was saying that what I find is that a lot of the women who encourage this lifestyle, outside of the internet, they're not very happy people.
Oh no.
I have cousins and, you know, even acquaintances, or I'll just see random Facebook posts, and, you know, these women are stressed out, they're
Oh yes.
overworked,
Of
they're
course.
taking care of the kids, you know, they feel that their man isn't a man, and they're
Oh
complaining how he
no.
doesn't do this, he doesn't do that. Oh, I have to work 2 jobs. Oh,
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking about leaving him, but I have no money to leave.
Oh
I have
God,
no
because
money.
she's
My
spending
children
it all
can't go
on
to the
him.
doctor.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so, and then, you know, they end up, what's even worse is that they have children with them, and, you know, they think that marriage is just some kind of, I guess, pointless thing nowadays, which I
Yeah.
completely disagree. So overall, it's just,
So where are
I
you
think it's
at?
very
Where are you
sad.
at with the scenario? Talk to us about your point of view, Alyssa.
Well, to be completely honest, I would never be in that situation because I wouldn't even date someone that is either at my level or above, preferably above.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't think that it's wise for women who want to have children to marry anyone that's even on their same level or below, because, I mean, what happens if she has complications during pregnancy? What if she doesn't want to, you know, necessarily go to work?
Mm-hmm.
Some women want to stay at home and spend time with their children. I know that that was something that was important to me because my mom stayed home for all four of us.
Oh
And I
wow.
remember, you know, her taking out time to, you know, take us to the park and read and just spend time with us. You know, a lot of things that other people my age really didn't experience.
Yeah.
I think it was a good thing for me as a child because I have good memories of my mom and us spending time together.
Yes.
And
Yes. And
just
so
overall,
what's
the
the
situation.
situation now
I'm sorry.
today with you? Do you have any brothers by any
I
chance?
do. I have two brothers. One is 20 and the other one is 13.
Okay.
And I mean,
So they
I
haven't
can
really
honestly say
started
that
dating yet.
my brother has, but he's very much, I mean, he was raised by my parents, so he has that provider mindset. I mean,
Okay.
he works 2 jobs. Any woman he's taken on a date, he drives her, he pays everything.
Okay.
He wants to make enough money to where his wife
Let me
doesn't want
ask
to
you,
have
let
to
me
work.
ask
And
you
in
this
the
question.
future,
Let me ask you this
yes.
question. What type of conversations have you heard your father having with your brother about money and dating and stuff like that? What type of conversations have you heard him have?
Well, my dad would first typically sit him down and tell him, I guess you could say, how the world works, so to
Uh-huh.
speak. So he would tell him about how, at the end of the day, you know, love is important and everything. He said, but, you know, if you're trying to get married, you need to be able to take care of that woman and her, you know, the children that you
Okay,
guys make.
so your
Bottom
father
line.
is having these conversations with your brothers.
Yes.
Okay, what type of conversations did he have with you about dating and finances?
Overall, if, you know, the guy that was pursuing me didn't have anything going, I mean, it was down to the point where he was like, if he doesn't even have a car to pick you up in on the first date, you know, keep it moving. If he's somebody that, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and can't stick to something, keep it moving.
Okay, so let me ask you a question then. So your
Yes.
father is the one saying this to you. Has your mother spoken with you about dating and finances?
Yes, she pretty much backed him up, but just
Okay.
more of a female perspective. But they both had the same conversations with me.
Same conversations. He has to have a car, he has to have this or keep it moving. All right.
Yes, just pretty much. I
How
mean,
do you think your mother and father would behave if you brought home a man who was a bum, who wasn't pulling his own weight?
oh, my parents, honestly, the moment the guy walks out of the house or whatever, they would be like, Alyssa, you know, you're an adult, but at the end of the day, you're going to have a lifetime of struggle messing with him. But at the end of the day, you're an adult, do what you want, but that's not going to work out
Okay.
long term.
Have you had a rebellious phase where you uh-huh.
No, I didn't. I guess you could say the goody two shoes child.
Okay. Okay. So you never had the rebellious phase where you brought home bums.
No, no.
Okay. Well, you know
Not at
what,
all.
Mamacita, I'm gonna work on trying to get more people to call in because I want to hear more points of views. I appreciate your point of view, being a person who grew up in a two-parent household, because I find it very interesting. So, Alyssa, thank you so much. Is there one last thing you want to say before you jump off the line?
One last thing, I would just encourage all young women to just look at dating as not just something fun, but just think about it long term. You don't want to get involved with the wrong person and, possibly have children and be paying for these things well into your 30s and 40s. So just beware
Ciao.
of the decisions you make while you're young.
You know what? That's a word right there. Thank you so much, Alyssa. Have a great day.
You're welcome. Thank you. You too.
All right. Phone lines are open. We want to hear from a person with a penis. I want to hear from a person with a penis. So let's get one to call in 323-488-3149. I want to hear. I want to hear from. There are a few different types of people that I want to hear from. I want to hear from a person with a penis who has daughters. A person with a penis who was raised by another person with a penis. Okay, I'm gonna say man. I want to hear from men. Okay? I want to hear from a man who was raised by a man. I want to hear from a man who was not raised by a man. So I want to hear from people who have the XY chromosomes. So we heard from an XX. I want to hear from an XY who is adult. And I also want to hear from a woman who agrees with this disparity, this 90-10 disparity. But you know what? And so when Nicole Moses made that comment on my Facebook page, I was like, you know what? He's making 10% of what it is that she's making. But he didn't even contribute 10% to the wedding. Didn't contribute 10% to the honeymoon. What about the 10% he put aside for the car? None of that. So I want to hear from a woman who agrees. So can I need some people to initiate people from the comments. Who inside of the comments is agreeing with this? So somebody said James should call. So here the phone is ringing. You are on the air live. What's your name, caller?
Greetings, Tonya. My name is Nurse Angie.
Nurse
Yeah.
Angie.
Angie. Angie, as in, you can just call me Angie. That's
Did you
fine.
say Nurse Angie?
Yes, I am a nurse, but that's my handle on YouTube.
Oh,
So
okay, because
that's
I'm about
fine.
to say, okay, nurse, you on the line, nurse, so go ahead, talk to
Yes,
us.
ma'am. And how are you today? And shout out to the knockouts. And I just want to say that all the wonderful videos you have. You're one of my favorite YouTube bloggers. So just want to keep up the good work, my sister. You're doing your thing. I'm very proud of
Well,
you. So
thank you, Nursey. Let's go. Let's talk about your point of view on this
okay,
situation.
okay, on this particular subject, I really think that women need to learn to start leveling up. And I'm older. I'm in my going into my late 40s.
Okay.
So I've been married, divorced. All of my children with my ex-husband, and I really think it's important that when you start to level yourself up, loving yourself, putting yourself first, that the things that Miss Tameka is doing with the buying of the car and the paying of the wedding and all of that, I mean, what kind of nonsense is that? Of like, if something, heaven forbid, if something happens to her, if her health should fail, whatever her source of income is, if she's a professional or
Yeah.
whatever,
He gonna have to
life
load up
can
some of them
come
finish
and
line
knock you
sneakers into
down.
the back of a truck and start selling them on the side of the road.
Girl, I don't really understand. I don't know how old this young lady is. I came in kind of when you started to begin the conversation about the scenario with Tameka paying stuff, and the dude was making, I think, 40,000 a year or something like that,
Uh-huh.
and he wasn't paying for nothing. What is this not paying for nothing? What is he, a baby? I don't really
Listen.
understand if black men think that women are that desperate that we have to put up with all this bullshit. Excuse my Francais, but I don't really understand that. It doesn't make any sense to me.
So let me ask you this
We're
question
better and
because
bigger
you're
than that.
working in the
Yes, ma'am.
hospital. with all those doctors. Do you know any handsome anesthesiologists in your area, nurse?
Oh goodness, I've worked with plenty of doctors, but I don't work in the hospital. I'm actually a consultant, so I work for a professional consulting firm, a multinational
Okay.
consulting firm.
Just
So I'm
hold on,
suited
just
up and briefcase and all
FYI
that.
out there, anesthesiologists make $800,000 a year. I just wanted to put that
Oh
out
yes,
there.
ma'am.
So,
I'm
so
quite aware of
ladies,
that.
so maybe nurse can let you all know which hospital lounges you need. I don't know how you get in contact with them, but maybe one of the nurses in the comments can help you. So yeah, so you're not down with it.
Absolutely not. Only because I just really think that we as Black women, I think, have been the mules for the community for too long.
Yeah.
And when we're not married because we're busy pursuing our careers, we're putting ourselves first, or if we get into a situation where we either have not had children yet and we've never been married, or we have been married before and we decide after a divorce or something like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
we put ourselves first and we start making better decisions about
So
selection
let
of
me ask you
mates.
this question. Household, father, mother, mother, father, what was your household
Oh,
structure?
I'm from a single parent household, and this is not to say I did not make mistakes as I was coming up. I mean, like I told you,
Okay.
I'm going to be 46 next month,
Okay.
so I've made plenty of mistakes. I've had Pookie and Ray Ray a couple of times, and
You
I
had
have
some
faced the
what?
stuff. But Pookie and Ray Ray, are you not
Oh
familiar with that term?
Lord. Okay. I just okay, I know what you're talking about. All right. So you've had some Pookies and Ray Ray. So what is it that was the turning point for you? How did you come to know that that's not the direction you wanted to go in?
Well, for
You know what?
me, it
Think
was
about that
just
question real quick. I need to make
realizing.
an announcement. Think about that question.
Okay,
James
sure, go ahead.
Dunn, we're beseeching you to come upon the telephone line. I see you typing inside of the audience. James Dunn, this is a call to action right here because you can talk about what it is that you like in the comments. But come on, let's put your money where your mouth is, son. Get on the phone with me. Get on the line. All right? We waiting for you. Telephone number is 323-488-3149. Somebody post that in the comments section for James. Tag him in it in case he can't hear me. All right? So go ahead, nurse. Go ahead.
Okay, so repeat your question again.
What was
I
the
forgot what
turning
you asked
point?
me.
What was the turning point for you?
Oh, yeah, the turning point for me was basically realizing that I needed to love self first.
Okay.
Maturity, I think, and wisdom, my experiences and things that I've gone through, and even observation of other things. Because I live in Atlanta, and
Oh
I've
Lord.
even had, oh, girl, you already know. So when
I
it's
had
like
to move
50
from
men to
Atlanta.
one
I
woman,
wasn't with it. And this was in the early 2000s. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
girl.
Cause you know what the overwhelming thing in Atlanta was so many men talking about there's 26 to 1 of y'all, 26 women to 1 man, even though the numbers were not that dramatic, but they thought in their mind that it was that dramatic and they were incorrigible. I couldn't deal with it. I left Atlanta with a quickness. I rode out of that
And
one horse town.
a girl. But one of the things too is I think many of us sisters have limited ourselves for too long to just brothers. Now, if you look at the numbers don't favor us at all. They don't favor us because for let's say the ratio is like more than 2 to 1. So let's say there's maybe 3 million
So
Black
you wanna,
women.
so you wanna, so you wanna
So
do the mathematics of it, and you want to
yeah.
break down how many men are already taken, how many are incarcerated, how many are too young, how many are in college, and how many are interracial dating, and then see what's left, and how many are not interested in women or not interested in Black women, and
Yeah, that's a
okay.
big.
Well, you
Those
know
are
what? Listen, I want you
real
to go.
huge.
I want you to go back into the comments and do the mathematics for people so that they can see the numbers. I appreciate you calling in.
Mhm.
What's the last thing you want to say before you get out of here? Make it quick.
The last thing I want to say is just to put yourself first, love self, level up. Even if you have to rebrand yourself,
Mm,
improvement, go back to school.
mm,
If you want to lose weight for
mm.
you, do use this, do you
Okay.
and date out. Okay.
All right, so
Date
that is
out.
the word right there. Thank you so much for calling in. We're going to open up the lines for James to call in next. So thank you so
Thank you,
much, nurse.
darling.
And let some of the ladies in the audience know how they can meet themselves a well-to-do doctor. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
All
All right.
right
Thanks
then.
for having me, Tanya. Have a good evening.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. All right, so we had a word from her there. So she's talking about dating up and dating out. Ooh, girls, listen, now we're going to get into the controversy on that one. So listen, we have the phone lines open for James. James, let's get you. So you all tagged him and you told him that we waiting for his call, right? Oh, here comes a call and let's take a listen. James, is this you? What the? They done hung up the phone. Oh, Lord of mercy. Listen, I'm a friendly person. What's going on right now? James? Jimmy? Come on out, Jimsy. Come on, Jimmy. We waiting for you. All right? Jimsy, phone lines is open now. Okay, let's take a listen. Hello, James. Is this you?
Oh, not James. Not James. Not James. Hopefully he will call in soon.
Oh, my goodness. You know what? Listen, he said he's calling, so I'm going to get you off of the line. And then what's your name?
T.
T, we're gonna have you call back in. We're gonna open up the lines for James. Okay, so thank you. We're
Absolutely.
gonna get
Absolutely.
back to you. Okay. Jimsy, phone lines is open, son. We're waiting for you. I'm waiting. So come on, Daddy. Let's get this party started. James, is that you? What is you know something? See, I'm noticing a common theme with men who want women to pay. Look at the nonsense that's happening. Let's see. James, is that you?
This is me.
Oh, all right. So now we
Yes,
got.
ma'am. This is me.
Okay, to turn it down a notch. Turn it. Maybe I get my volume down some. Hold on.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm on my cell phone,
No,
so
it's
I'm
okay. It's
hoping
all
that
good. I
maybe
got
my
the
sound.
volume control right here. All right. So, James, we got you on the line. So, I was on the phone, so I didn't see or hear all of the things that you were talking about. So, you know
No,
something?
that's all right. See, my point to this whole conversation is we have no idea what agreement that this couple has made that will make them happy. Listen, in my household, my dad was head of household, and my mom slightly made more money than he is, a lot more money.
You hear this?
But
The
because
truth is
of
coming out
the
now. The truth
agreement
is
that
coming
they made,
out. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry, but because again, in my household, we didn't have these type of things that this is a male job, female job. We worked together as a family. And the point that I'm trying to make here is that we can't judge this couple based
Okay.
on the fact that she's making slightly more money than him, and
Slightly.
that makes him weak just because he's not making the income. But yet you hear women all the time saying, "Well, I want to be equal to a man. I want to be equal to a man." So if the role were reversed and he was making the 400,000 and he was paying for it all, then what do you call her?
A
Is that weak?
woman,
So now
and that's the she's a woman.
because you
Hold on, hold
uh,
on, hold on. She's a woman, and that's the same thing that I call him. So
okay, but I understand. But women always say that they have the same
why
strength.
are you
And I
hollering? I
understand
gotta
that.
keep turning your.
That doesn't
Hold
mean that
on.
it's disrespectful.
Listen, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. We having a nice conversation, right? Because if you want to get rowdy, I could get. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. If you want to get rowdy, I could get rowdy too, except I know who's going to win this battle. So if you want to have a decent, respectful conversation, have a decent, respectful conversation with me, okay? Because you're on my airwaves, and I want to hear what you have to say. I beseeched you to call in because I want to hear what you have to say. But by the time that you start puffing out your chest and start getting loud with me, we already know that you're a man. I am a woman. You don't have to try to outman me. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no man.
Okay
Number
then.
one,
Okay then. So
that's
so
wrong.
then so then so then let's have a conversation. All right. I'm gonna ask you questions and I want you to answer the questions. Is that okay?
Okay, well, hold on. Let me explain myself here first. Number one, I never tried to bulk anything. We're two on the phone.
I know,
What
but
makes
but
sense
the,
to
but the
me to
thing is,
bulk?
we're
Hold
having a
on. I'll let you
conversation,
finish. Hold on. I'll
right?
let you finish. I'll let you talk. I'll let you finish. I'll let you have to say what you had to say. Just let me get a word in or two.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I'm not
let you
trying to
listen.
poke at you.
Listen.
I'm not trying to get loud at you. I'm
Listen.
just simply.
Listen. I'm gonna cut you off the airwaves if you're not gonna have a conversation with me. I want you to just answer the question. That's it.
And that's all I
We've
want to
we've
do.
we've already
That's all
come
I
to,
want
we've
to
already
Let
come
me
to an
explain myself.
understanding. I just want to get to the topic. I don't want to get into me and you because you
Okay,
and I
no
don't have
problem.
to
I
have a
do too. I do
relationship.
too.
Okay?
I do too. Okay.
All
Okay. I
right.
do too. That's all I want to make sure you understand.
Listen,
Okay.
okay, you and I don't have to deal with each other after this phone call, but while we're on this phone call, let's talk about the topic at hand. All right?
Okay.
So,
No problem.
so you were saying that women want to be equal to men. You were saying that you were raised in a household where your mother made slightly more money than your father, and that there were no male roles and that there were no female roles. Continue.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. And then, like I said, but my father was still head of household. I treat women with nothing but respect.
Oh,
You know what I'm
really?
saying? But my thing is, why does the income have to be the major importance? Y'all act like this young man has no job at all, or the $44,000 that he was making is something that you sneeze at. What if she lost her job tomorrow? That would definitely make him bigger head of household. Maybe they have to reduce their spending on what they're doing. But the point that I'm trying to make is that if you try, I know people that have a whole bunch of money and they're still not happy. And the female part of it. I mean, it doesn't matter the income. If they're in love, if they have the understanding of what works for them in their family, in their household, because just because he's making $44,000 doesn't mean that he's not helping paying no bills.
Right.
Or that
Okay,
he's
so then,
contributing
so
to
let
the
me respond.
household.
So there's a few different things that you said, and I'd like to respond to them. Okay.
That's right. No problem. Go
You
ahead.
said that women want to be equal to men. Now, I think that for the people who say stuff like that, I think they have a tremendous misunderstanding. First of all, women give birth. Every human being on this earth has come through a woman's body. Point blank.
Agree.
A man
Agree.
could never be equal to a woman. When a man could never, listen to what it is that I'm saying. A man who squirts out million of sperm into an egg where that egg is incubated in a human body and that human body produces food to feed that child. A man could never be equal to that. So when we start talking about whether or not women want to be quote unquote equal to men, I think that there's a bit of a misnomer because I don't believe that even black people want to be equal to white people. I think that people want human rights. They want their human rights respected. They don't want laws to be broken, and because they are a certain gender, race, or age, or creed, or financial standing, they don't want to take the short end of the stick because of what they have between their legs or in their chromosomes, right? So I know no woman that would ever quote unquote want to be equal to a man because men and women are different. There's a difference in strength level. There's a difference in body functions. There's just a difference. At me as a woman, I love being a woman. I would never want to grow hair, hard bristly hair out of my face and have some big lump in my throat and have muscles popping out from my back. I would never want that. I'm soft and fatty and curvy, and I like that. I like being a woman. Most women that I know love being women. I love the fact that my body was created to produce other human beings. So let's just chop that down right there. Wanting
Well,
wanting
can
human
I
rights.
respond to you?
Yes, of
Okay. Go ahead.
course. Of course.
Mm. Yes, ma'am. I didn't want to cut you off. You go ahead on and finish. I didn't mean to cut you off because I want to make sure I heard everything you had to say. And I
Right.
want you to hear.
So
Yeah.
I want to move on to the next point because you said how you felt about how women want to be equal to men, but I think that that's completely wrong. So let's move on
Well,
to let's
that's your opinion, and I respect your opinion. I
Okay,
really do.
let's
And I
take a
get what
survey.
you're
Let's
saying,
take a
but
survey.
I also met women who feel like they're just as strong as guys. I met women who will tell you I can do the same things as guys. And again, if that's how you feel, if that's your opinion, but you can't speak for every woman on earth. That's just your opinion and your opinion
Let's take a
alone.
survey.
There are some women
Let's
that
take hold
truly
on
want
for a moment.
that
Let's
feel
let's
like
give
they
the
can do this.
let's give the audience an opportunity to take a survey.
Okay.
Because as I stated in the intro to this video, women don't want to take care of women don't want housewives unless that housewife really truly is a housewife. There are a lot of black
Okay.
women who have been disconnected from their feminine divinity. There are a lot of black women who are walking around with so much trauma from the aftermath of slavery that they themselves, and listen, and in a patriarchy there are going to be women who feel that the male station is a better station because men have more rights, men's voices are even today in this day and age. I have a very close friend of mine who works at a computer consulting company, and they disrespect her as a woman every single day. They don't think that her ideas are good, and if a man says the same thing, then all of a sudden it's a brilliant idea, even to this day. And me as a woman, when I did my stint in Puerto Rico working with those men out there, I was disrespected as a woman too, and I saw the different way that a man spoke to a man versus the way that a man would speak to a woman. So yes, when we have a disparity like this in the patriarchy, when there's toxic masculinity as well as misogyny, it can seem like the man's station is better to some women. However, women who are rooted and rested in their femininity, women who love themselves and love themselves for being women, would not trade that for being a man. They would not. No
I
woman.
absolutely agree.
Okay.
Absolutely agree. I absolutely agree on that. But that's the point that I've been making all along. It depends on the person. Now, like you just said, your feelings, your emotions, your actions, you have every right to feel that way. And I respect that. I also respect someone who may feel completely different from you. They may not feel the same way that you do. Whatever works for that couple,
Yeah.
that person,
And you know what?
the people that they're in love with, then if it works, hold on, let me finish. That's what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
If it works for them, then how can it be wrong if they're happy? That's all that I'm trying to say. Listen, I don't have no problems with a guy if he wants to take care of his woman. That's how he feels. Hey, go for it. But guys want to be taken care of too. But that doesn't mean if the roles were reversed because she makes the money and maybe they decided, okay, he wants to stay home while she makes the money. That don't mean he can't go out there and work and get that paycheck or get that money.
Right.
If that's the arrangement that they are happy with, then what is wrong with that?
So let me answer that question. I need you to stop speaking right now. Honey, I need you to stop speaking so that I can answer the question. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. There's a few different questions. One, he moved into her house, which means that the house, one, is hers. See, now so the house is hers, and I can imagine that the amount of money that it takes to maintain that household is more than he can do with his salary alone. So that's one. Two, I'm going to do a survey in the audience, right?
Okay, no problem.
All right. Ladies, I want to do a survey in the audience. Ladies, if you enjoy being a woman and you feel good and comfortable with being a woman, I want you to put up 1. I want you to put up a number 2 if you wish that you were quote unquote equal to a man. Put up a number 2 if you wish that. Okay? So we're going to do that survey and we're going to let the people answer those questions as they come in. You asked me what is wrong. If it works for them, then what's the matter? The issue is that it doesn't work. If we're going to talk about statistics, it just doesn't work. Evolutionarily, it just doesn't work. There's something about the female condition that desires to be protected and excuse me, are you making sounds while I'm speaking? There's something about the female.
First off, I'm listening to you.
There's something about the female condition. There's something about the female condition that makes a woman want to be protected and provided for. That is just embedded inside of her DNA because of the role that women have with propagating the population. So it just statistically, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So they did this study where they studied households where the woman was the breadwinner and the man stayed home and was a house husband. more than 90% of those situations, the woman ended up cheating on the man because she just did not feel like a woman. She didn't feel satisfied and she didn't have respect for him. And the worst part about it was that for the vast majority of them, they made the agreement. Okay, so I make more money than you. You're going to stay home with the children and you're going to be the house husband, blah, 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 whatever. I'll take care of everything. Years later, the women just weren't satisfied. Even though mentally it made more sense, they just couldn't fight with biology. They couldn't fight with DNA. And the men ended up not feeling like men. So 80% of the situation, the women call for divorce. And the other 20%, the man went off and found a woman who made him feel like a man. Because he just didn't feel like a man in the housewife role. So go ahead. So I see nobody putting up the number 2 in there. I see no one who has answered that they want to be quote unquote equal to men. So I'm not exactly sure where.
Listen. Okay, listen. All I'm saying is, all my point is just this. Like I said, I don't expect your audience to necessarily agree with my statement. The point that I'm making, and what you just made, it's not 100%. And I get it. The statistics say majority of it. And again, and I go back to, it depends on the couple and what it is they want in their marriage. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing that there's men out there that want to take on the role of, I take care of household. And it's not right for me to say yes, no. If that's what works for them, hey, go forward. But if the roles were reversed and if it works for them, and like I said, if whatever agreement that they have in that relationship, if they're happy, then who are we to speak upon what it is that agrees with their situation? And that's all I've been trying to say the whole time. I'm not disagreeing with you, none whatsoever. It depends on the couple and how they want to arrange their household, their families to what they feel is right. If you're a feminine woman, I love that. That's fine. If you want to be taken care of, I have no problems with that. If you find a male that wants to have that and wants to do that, and that's your agreement on how you should run your family household, then by all means, do it. Be happy. It doesn't matter what anybody else feels about your situation because it makes your family and your situation and the decisions that you make in your house happy.
Okay. Listen. When you hear me speaking, you have to stop talking. Otherwise, we're talking over one another. It doesn't work that way.
I agree.
You know, because it's like you've been.
I'm not trying to talk over it. It may be the cell phone. I'm sorry. It may be because yeah.
And so there's somebody inside of the comments right now who is saying that she doesn't like watching. I believe her name is Ivy. She doesn't like watching shows like this because when she comes on, the women are so aggressive and masculine and manly, right? And I think that I'm talking to the audience right now. As a matter of fact, let me let you go ahead and go. I'm gonna let you go. Thank you so much for calling in. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So listen. So there was a woman in the audience who says that she doesn't like coming onto shows like this because the women are so masculine and so manly, etc., right? And I've asked this question in a prior video, whether or not Black women even have the capability of resting in her feminine. I think that women are in a particularly vulnerable situation when I think black women are in a particularly vulnerable situation because we come from a culture where there is so much of this overpowering quote unquote strength being thrown around, and we are matched up with people who are they themselves disconnected from healthy forms of masculinity. I had a man on the phone just a few moments ago who was very aggressive. It's difficult to be able to sit back and just relax and be free and easy when you have a person who is attempting to holler over you, attempting to aggress upon you. So, and this is a perfect example. How does a Black woman How does a black woman rest? How does a black woman be feminine when you have people arguing about why they shouldn't have to pay for dates? Why you want to be equal to us? You want to be a man, so therefore allow me to be a woman. How do we rest in our femininity? So, listen, we're going to be getting out of here because we're going to end this show and then we're going to come right back out and do another live show. We're going to be talking about this. For those of you who are from my Facebook page, I put out the message earlier today. There's a little baby girl inside of this plunging halter, this plunging strapped. You know what? I'll show you a picture of it. But what is the overall message that we received from today's broadcast? And you know what? I just, this was, ugh. You know, when we don't have men who know how to be men, it's impossible. Listen, it's impossible for you to know how to be a woman. It's impossible in relation to that man. When you have a man who doesn't know how to be a man, it's impossible for you to know how to be a woman to that man, because that person who wants to be head of household, like even this person on the phone, who called in, he said his father was head of household, even though his mother made more money than his father. All right. When that woman is playing the role of your mother, buying your clothes, paying for your cars, paying for your vacation, the roof over your head, the food that you eat, it's very difficult for you to be head of household that you can't even control. How do you be head of household in a household where you cannot protect and provide? So nowadays, so listen, we don't live in saber-toothed tiger days anymore. So he doesn't have to go out there and wrestle a saber-toothed tiger. What he does need to do, the ways that in 2019, the ways that protection and providing are quantified, is financial. So if you are not, you think that woman doesn't know that if she got sick, if something happened to her, that man would not be able to maintain the lifestyle that they have come to depend on? Women need to be able to rest in their femininity. Because if a woman can't, me personally, if I had to be hollering and screaming and trying to outman some man who's trying to outman me, I would be exhausted. All of my feminine energy would be depleted. So we have men who are wanting their women to be in the trenches with them, getting calluses on their hands, dried up skin, and hair unconditioned, breaking off at the roots, who don't have time to put on a little bit of mascara. We have men who want the women in the trenches with them and then don't understand why she got rough, bumpy, calloused hands. Why her vagina is not plucked and shaved. Why her toenails look like his. She doing the same work as him. She's in the same trenches, fighting the same battles. A woman, listen, men, if you love women's beauty, you need to be able to provide. You need to be able to provide the platform. You need to be able to provide the space for a woman to do the things in order to be able to maintain that beauty that you claim to love so much. So speaking of beauty, we're going to be getting out of this video right now. This is my vitamin E, which keeps my skin so lovely and so even and beautiful, keeps me looking young and wonderful, so that I can rest in my femininity, so that I can be beautiful and be able to demand what it is that I demand behind the scenes. All right. So My vitamin E, I sell it once a year. It's available on my website, which is tonyatko.com. If you click on the shop area or you go to tonyatko.com/shop, go ahead and treat yourself. Treat yourself so that you can do the things that you need to do to maintain your youth and beauty, because there's a battle going on out there. A battle of disconnection where there's some men who just don't get it. They just don't get it. You know, it's like they don't understand the concept of being protector and provider and creating a space. They're like, you want to be equal to men, so why don't you be equal? Not realizing that it's built in the female condition to want to do the things to make her look pretty. Let me ask some of the men out there. You know, we're going to do one last survey and then we're going to get out of here, and we're going to start that next broadcast, because I'm going to show you also. Listen, this is what we're looking at right here. This is what we're looking at right here. All right? So we're going to be doing a broadcast right now. This young lady right here. All right? You see this little girl right here? This is her picture. Legs wide open with the little halter top on. We're going to end this broadcast and we're going to start up that other broadcast right now. So when you log out of this, I want you to come right back to my page on YouTube, which is Tonya T. It's Tonya TKO. Go to my page because we're going to start a new video and we're going to talk about that. I'm going to open up the phone lines and we're going to ask, how did this happen? How did this happen? Why is this? Why do some people think that this is okay? And why do some people think that it's not? I want a male point of view and I want female points of view as well. So we're going to end this broadcast. We're going to start right back up. Remember, YouTube does not send you out a notification when I do lives back to back. So make sure that you click the bell so that you get the notification. Remember, like I said, we're going to end this broadcast and we're going to get right back. Right now, there are 200 people on this broadcast and 76 thumbs up. Go ahead and thumb up this video because it lets YouTube know that you like the video. It'll send you more of my videos and that will increase your ability to be able to see my videos. Thumb up the video, thumbs up, because that's how the algorithm works. So like I said, we're going to end this and we're going to be talking about this image because I want to know what in the HE double hockey sticks is going on. Is this okay? And you all know that I'm very liberal. So we're going to be talking about that in the next video. No, family first, Ralph G, Kiki, everybody who's on the line. I'm ending this video and we're coming back again talking about this baby's outfit and whether or not this baby's outfit is okay and okay for whom. All right, so that's going to be the very next video, which is happening right now. So if you meant to catch that video at the top of the hour, we're running 14 minutes behind schedule. So we're about to end this video. And so just come right back. Make sure that you click the bell notifications so that you family first. Don't say take care. We're coming right back. We're not going anywhere. All I'm doing is creating a fresh new YouTube broadcast so that when all is said and done, this is not a 2-hour video. So we did an hour talking about that first topic. And so we're going to do an hour talking about this topic and how and why young girls are so sexualized. Why don't they have the opportunity to be babies? So I'm going to end this and I'm going to see you right back here in just a moment. So just when I end this, refresh the page and then click on the new live. Give me about 2 minutes to just type out, I don't even know what to call this, the title of this video. Give me a second to type it out. All right, so I'll see you in the next video. So Tonya TKO and I'm out. Make sure that you go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself, there's some parts of me that agree with James and the things that he was saying when he called in. Okay, so yes. If it's their individual situation and it works for them, quote unquote works for them, except me as the self-love specialist behind the scenes, I already know because I talk to the women who are in situations like that, where they don't feel that they deserve better, where they never get an opportunity to rest in their feminine. They're burnt out, they're busted and disgusted. I would love to ask James what happened with his mother. Maybe he doesn't even really know what his mother suffered with behind the scenes. So many of us just see this ever strong black woman and then wonder why she's leading the world in heart disease, in uterine tumors, and all types of... We're not taking any phone calls right now, so let me just end this. We're actually going into the new broadcast. So black women are leading the world in degenerative disease And I believe that a lot of the stresses that we're under are all connected. So we're ending this broadcast. Refresh your page and come right back. We're going to be talking about this baby's outfit. Tonya TKO, and I am out. Subscribe to my mailing list and get yourself a free copy of my Relax MP3 on my website, TonyaTKO.com, and get your vitamin E. And I'll see you all in the next video. Remember, end and hit